Okay, we're picking up where we left off last time. Hopefully the audio comes out a lot better now. I noticed that the last video I uploaded, my voice sounded kind of muffled and low, so I think I was able to adjust it a little bit better. So hopefully this is a better sounding experience anyways. Oh, it's me. He can be a little tricky to hit. Usually what I try to do, if I remember right, I try to do like a kind of attack downwards. Okay, apparently it's been a bit since I played this. What's kind of cool about fighting this boss, though, is that you get a little bit of a preview of some of the power-ups that you may get later on. Okay, I am not doing so well here. So, let's have a turkey. There we go. Get my shield back equipped on. And just save my game real quick. I always thought that 3D animation there with the coffin looks pretty cool. I was watching some videos. I generally haven't really watched too many videos on this game as far as like gameplay tips and all, but I was recently watching some of them, and it's kind of cool how some people have been able to basically find like certain mechanics in the game to, like this guy was talking about something about like when you backdash and you push the shield button, it'll really make you zip through the stages really easily. Something like that. But let's go down here though and explore this little section down here. Oh, this guy's really hard, so you kind of maybe want to steer away from him for now. Well, actually, I guess. Let's see. There's a cool little thing down here. My thought was always that if you sit down here long enough, something would happen, but as far as I know, I don't think that's the case. What I love about this game, though, is that it has a lot of little hidden secrets here and there. Like, here's a cool little Easter egg here. Very reminiscent of something that you would see from Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. I really enjoyed that game still, for the most part. I mean, I feel like that was a game that I really liked when I was a kid, and granted, it definitely has flaws, but maybe it's nostalgia and all, but when this game came out, it was kind of like the game that I always wanted. But I feel like that it still set a pretty good framework world, right, for what eventually this game would become. It takes quite a bit of hits. There we go. Let's see, I believe if I hit the wall over here, yeah. And I think there's something here if I stand here long enough, if I remember right. Maybe not. Or maybe it's on the next room down. I could have sworn it was right here. Maybe not. There's like an elevator that takes you down. Maybe it's on the room below this one. I don't quite recall, but well. Well, like I said, I'm not a professional at this game. I played it and beat several times, but I'm not, you know, super professional though. Axe armor enemies have a pain in the butt in that Rondo of Blood game. Much more easier in this one. Okay, so we got more of the map there, and let's just save our game again. So I'm just saving my game on each one just in case my dumbass does end up dying. I don't have too far back to go, so... God, I love this music. Oh, got a critical hit. A little bit more defense. One thing for me that really stands out in a Metroidvania game is not only like how well the levels are constructed as far as like how they sort of interlock with each other and how clever it is where, you know, certain items unlock certain parts and just how everything seems very seamless, but also just that each area feels very refreshing and to look at, and just you know, where it feels different enough from other parts of the game. So that way, like, each time you unlock a new area, you get a sense of, you know, that the exploration feels very rewarding. And that can be a combination of, again, just the setting, the music, the enemies in it. Okay, there we go. So if you touch one of those kind of ectoplasm-looking things, it'll curse you where you won't be able to attack for a bit there. I thought the 3D effects on these books are kind of cool. So the item that I thought I had missed earlier, this is the item that I thought that I had missed. Where basically this one here, it allows you to see the enemy names. Oh, it's kind of cool how that book, like, it opens up and all these like swords and axes come out at you. I thought that was a pretty cool effect back then. Looks like there's a ledge up there, so make a mental note of that. And this one up here for later.
It's been a long time, old one.
Eh? Why, it's Master Alucard. Come to visit, have we?
I need your help.
Oh, but young Master, I could never betray the good Count.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
In that case, money talks.
How about this?
Actually,
How about this?
so as you come across some of these like rings and all that you get throughout the game, a lot of them they don't really do anything other than just being able that where you can sell them.
This?
But there's a few things that you want to buy here, right? So this one here, so if you remember from before, there was a blue door that we came across that we couldn't get. So there was one that we saw earlier, and then another one that I didn't quite get to. So we'll definitely want to buy this here.
Thank you.
And another thing too that I would recommend buying is, I believe it's towards the bottom. Oh, right here. Yeah, so the map.
Thank you.
And so it won't show the whole map overall, but it gives you it does show you more of the map though. And from here, right, just depending on how much you want to spend here, but let's see, is there a weapon maybe that I want to get? This one does fairly significantly raise my damage. Sure, why not?
Thank you.
And I'll buy some potions too, which, well, I think I can only afford 2.
Thank you.
And you can also have some tactics here that you can unlock.
How about this?
And then also it'll keep track of the enemies as well too. So it's kind of cool here, right? And so if you're really wanting to get everything in the game, this is a good area that maybe you can come back to, right, and all to see if maybe they drop a certain item. But my understanding is that they have to have dropped it so that it shows you what potential items you can get here. But yep, some good stuff here. And of course the sound test, which is always cool. Oh, this music. It's incredible. But let's equip some of our new stuff here. So we got a saber. And let's see. Oh, gotta have these sunglasses here. Sure, put them on, why not? Alright, so we got a little bit more strength now, but kind of broke. It reminds me of something from like Ghostbusters. So from here, the game kind of opens up a bit as far as where you want to go. So, oh, and another cool thing here is sometimes on this section here, you'll get some pretty cool weather effects. I'm going to go up here for a bit to unlock a few things here. Now with most Metroidvania games, right, there's going to be a particular path that you could follow, right, that's going to be the most, I guess, more efficient. I don't know this game that well, right, but I'm just going to go this route here. So let me see. I think this unlocks... Well, let me see what this unlocks. Okay. All right, so we'll come back to this here. That's another character sprite from Rondo of Blood, as are the Medusa heads. So again, this game uses a lot of like recycled sprites from that game there, but they were so well done there, so definitely not a bad thing. But we want to come up here, so we'll hit this. So this unlocks an elevator. And so it's the elevator that we've seen earlier. So we're going to ignore that door for now. We're going to come up here. I think I'm going to keep my X for now. But we unlock this save point here, so we'll want to do this. Okay, so we're going to come back down here. Oh, of course, if I can. And the yellow ones will petrify you, so just a heads up. I always wondered if there was a secret to that hanging kind of skeleton thing there. And so we get the wolf power here, just to kind of show you this real quick. So if you push the L1 button, he'll transform into the wolf. But with the elevator, then we unlock, so this can take us down through here. And so it's just kind of a quicker way of going up and down on this area here. But what we're going to do, so again, we can go in a few different directions on this, but we're going to go here. And so this room that we came into earlier, this is a warp room. So when you go into it for the first time, you will be taken over to another area. And then as you unlock some of these here, then you'll be able to travel around the castle a lot easier. And so with the map that I've bought earlier, so again, it unlocks more of the overall castle map. So the areas that are in bright blue are where I've already been through, and the areas that are darker are obviously the places that I haven't quite visited yet. So as you can see, it kind of took us way down there towards the bottom left there, which is towards the start of the game. And that's where we want to be for right now, at least for this route that I'm taking here. And the reason I'm taking this route is just simply so that we can use one of the items that we bought at the shop. But if you remember, I came here earlier, and so this unlocks this part here. So again, just unlocking the map more and more, so you're able to get around much easier. Alright, but I'm going to come up here, save my game. Hi, Bella. Just picked up my daughter from school, and she had a pretty good day at preschool. They get French toast, which I'm a little jealous that they get that for snacks. So one thing about Metroidvania games, right, is that you do a lot of backtracking, right? That's kind of the point of the game, so, you know, I can see why Metroidvanias aren't for everyone. You know, sometimes you might get a little bored, right, going back and forth from some of these stages. Or you might like it, right, and all as you learn to exploit the game. But I feel like if the map is done really well, the music is good, you get cool enemies to kill, just, you know, cool power-ups and all, it's definitely, it kind of makes you kind of appreciate it, actually, right, as you're just learning the overall layout of the game, and definitely makes you appreciate the game more, but I can understand if it's not for everyone. Yes, I don't know if you recall earlier, but we came across a blue door in this area here. Okay, let's go ahead and save our game. So we're going to jump down here this time, and so here's this blue door. And so again, with that item that we bought at that librarian place, we can now unlock this door here. Yeah, let's get the holy water here.
Alucard, wasn't it? We meet again.
So it seems.
As friendly as ever, I see. It's strange. This castle's different than I remember it.
This castle is a creature of chaos. With each rebirth, it takes a new form.
And here I thought my mind was playing tricks. Well, there's nothing for it. Till we meet again.
So it just gives you like little chunks of story bits here and there as you're exploring the castle. This area has some pretty cool sky effects as I start moving upwards. So the holy water comes in handy here for some of these enemies that you'll be fighting here on this staircase. Every now and then one of these knights will give me a pretty cool power-up or a weapon. See if I'm lucky this time. One thing that I keep a mental note of as I'm coming up here, right, so those are still a little too far out of reach, but you'll see a lot of little ledges over on the left-hand side that you can eventually come back to later. And in this next room, I thought it was, at the time, when I first played this, I thought it was pretty breathtaking. Okay, I'm losing this battle. But we come over here, and so this area is blocked, but you can get this shield here, which is going to be better than the one you probably currently have. At least if you've been playing up to where I've been at now. Okay, so I'm just going to come up here, avoid that guy for now. The game is still pretty easy, but there are some enemies, right, that can take you out pretty quickly if you're not careful. That was pretty cool. But then if I go on this side, I don't know if there's anything else there. I think it's just a cool little room there that you can get a little scenario there. Alright, so as you start making your way up here, it does get a little difficult here. And I'm running low on life. I probably should have a pot roast. Why not? So this is like the one knock against this game. Major knocks that I have is just how you have to kind of keep going back and forth and unequipping and equipping like potions and healing items and whatnot. Oh wait, I think I missed a area down here. Okay, so that part is locked. These stupid crows. Really, most flying enemies in Castlevania games can be a bit of a pain. That's a pretty cool looking enemy. Oh, because I wanted to kill that thing. Okay, so obviously can't go through there. Alright. Back this up in the corner, so we'll just let it go. Okay, so we're coming up here. Extra life. Okay, so we got a new armor. What you doing, honey? I'm gonna stick with the holy water here. Yeah. Oh, no. Let's stick with the holy water. Okay, so still want to come up here. Usually there's some kind of an item at the top of these towers here. Some of them more useful than others. Yeah, I always thought these effects are pretty cool up here. The way the sky kind of scales in. Great stuff. Okay. Oh, boss time. So holy water works really good on this boss here. And you want to take out these eggs that it lays. Easy peasy.
You look like you're doing well for yourself.
And you didn't come here to flatter me.
True. Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Belmont? Of course. Why?
He disappeared about a year ago. I'm sure he's here now. If you see him, please let me know.
As you wish, my lady.
A gentleman after all. Thank you.
So Alucard came out in Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. In that game there, you can select... you can pick, I think, like 3 or 4 characters in it, and Alucard is one of them. So Trevor Belmont is the main character in that one, but Alucard does help you out, though. Definitely explore every nook and cranny. There's always a lot of times there's some pretty cool stuff you can get. Let's see, cutlass. Is this one more powerful? No, not quite. So this game does give you a lot of weapons. Not all of them are really, you know, worthwhile. There's a lot of junk sometimes you can get in this game. Oh, but we're in a new area here. And so that shiny little pendant thing is what we're trying to get. Oh, let's stick to the holy water. And let's go through here. I believe this will be another warp room. Okay, so again, we just want to unlock it. And so basically, I'm towards the end here where we would normally go fight what seems to be Dracula. So I remember coming to this area, I'm like, oh, am I already almost done with the game? So the leap stone, so this gives you the double jump, which comes in handy quite a bit as this now unlocks a whole bunch of new areas that I can now access. And plus, double jump is just always fun in games. I believe this is a cursed sword, right? Yeah, I'm not equipping that. Alright, so got what I believe we can get for now. So then what I do now is I come back here. And so we are going to warp. And so you can't really select where you're warping to. You just have to kind of go off of, you know, where it sends you. And it just kind of goes through a rotation as you start unlocking these. I only have a few right now, but this is the one I want to get to. So let's see here. So there's two main areas we can go to now, but I think I'm going to go up here. Alright, so let's go ahead and save our game up here. So this part can be a little tricky here. So what I first do is I come down here and fight these cool looking Skull Lord things. Equal transparency effects on it, but there's a handful of items you can get down here. Alright, the reason this is kind of tricky is you have to kind of watch the floor here as it'll break under you. So you're just kind of like jumping down and getting out of it real quick. Was that too ambitious? Nope. Okay. And so you want to get the double jump to make this part a little bit easier. I believe there's ways you can cross it with that wolf power up, but I'm not quite that skilled there. Okay. This part can be a little tricky because again of these Medusa heads here. Yeah, sweetie. So there's some items that you can try to get down here, but they're a little tricky to get as you're kind of jumping blind, so I'm just gonna hold off on those. I don't think they're worth trying to get and waste some time there. Oh, no, kill one of the axe. So basically this last stretch here that I'm doing is like the next to the last level in Rondo of Blood. Oh, ouch. Let's see. So there's a door that you can unlock right down there, that kind of gated area right there at the bottom left. You have to get these gears in a certain amount of time. I kind of forgot, so I'll come back to that there. And I have a little bit more HP. Okay, so there's this area here. You have to kind of be careful with these axe armor flea guide things, because they can take quite a bit of life away. Once they're in their normal mode, they're fine, but when they have their axes, then they can be dangerous. Okay, just so that I don't end up dying. I believe there's a HP thing down here. Yep. Okay, so we come down. You want to make a Valentine's Day card?
No, we're gonna make something for.
Oh.
We're gonna make something for Valentine's.
But the next holiday is St. Patrick's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day, and we're gonna make Valentine's.
You want to make like a St. Patrick's Day card for Sissy?
No, we're gonna make our family picture. Make our family picture. We're making our family picture. Okay, Dad, we're make a family picture.
And so on some of these walls, there's some hidden items here. Okay, not there.
Hey Dad, we're gonna make our family picture, okay? We're gonna make a family picture for Mother's Day. Daddy, it's Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day now. Well, every day is Mother's Day. Every day. Yeah, you gotta love your mama every day. I'm gonna stick with the holy water here. It tends to be pretty useful on the lower side. I believe there's a secret room over here. There's a healing nail, which I believe heals you periodically, if I recall. Okay, while walking. Drops your defense down a little bit, but... let's put it off for now.
We're gonna make gonna go to Super Song Day. We're gonna do a Super Song 82.
I'm gonna store some of these walls were breakable, but maybe not. Oh, it's up here where they are. That's right. You got these cool little sub weapons here, which can be kind of powerful, but let's see. Let's go ahead and use put on my armor so I don't accidentally use up the potions. Oh, boss time. So when you attack him, he kind of floats up, let him float down, hit him with the holy water, rinse and repeat, and it should be done in no time. Takes a lot of hits, but pretty easy though. Alright, so unlocking a new area here. And so we are back over where we were earlier, only now we're above. So where I got that double jump leap stone. This is pretty cool right here though. I always thought that looked pretty cool. But that's where I'm going to end it for this little segment here, and we'll see you in the next one.